What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? Why am
Yo, what's
I?
going
Why
down?
is my? Yeah. Why is my head behind everything like this? What's up with this?
Oh, you got
This is
the frame
How do I
on.
move this?
yeah, this is Emma, and this is Sydney, and
I'll take care of
I'm
it.
Gina, and we're in Nashville right now. Nashville rules. Nashville rules.
What is there to do in Nashville? Talk to us about Nashville.
Well, I haven't actually been in Nashville except for the airport yet, but we are going on Wednesday.
Besides the
So
airport.
Tennessee rules right now.
You got to go to Slim and Huskies while you're out there.
Slim and
It's a
Huskies.
pizza
Okay.
spot. It's a pizza
Oh,
spot.
pizza. Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to
Slim
know.
and Huskies. Go there.
I've had barbecue in Franklin last night at Edley's, and it was so good. So,
What's up?
What
Gotta
kind of
get the
barbecue you
famous
got
hot
though?
chicken.
oh, hot chicken. Yeah. I heard it's spicy, so I said no, thank you.
What you mean?
They
No,
have
you
mild.
you ain't doing spicy chicken. You can't handle that, Gina.
No.
Oh,
I
right.
don't spicy.
That's no fun. That's one of Nashville's pride and joys right there.
Yep.
Apparently.
They have mild too. So you can still
And
do it.
I don't do beans. I don't do baked beans. I don't do beans. I don't do beans. So
Really? We'll get
don't
on
give
that
me
when you
that
come
look.
back. Yeah, we'll get on that when
Well,
you come
guys,
back.
Yeah. See how the show
have a
just
good
goes in?
show.
Yeah. Thank you, Gina.
Oh,
Thank you,
hold on, Gina. Before you go, well, she might be gone because she done froze up.
She didn't pause up.
Yeah, she's on major pause.
Major pause right there.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. Oh, she's back.
Oh,
She's
she's
back.
still there. Oh, and we caught her laughing, so we don't know what happened and don't hear her either.
No volume, Gina.
No volume. If you can hear us, we can hear y'all. Just letting you know. So it's all good. Well, I was gonna ask you about NBA because it's free agency time. So we was about to get into it, unpack, and talk about some basketball stuff. So we were trying to see how you felt about the free agency moves, but apparently Nashville truly rules, and she's out.
They
All right,
didn't take her stuff out from her. All right,
you feel me?
let's get into it. Let's get right into it, man.
Let's get right into it. All right, talk to me. Who, in your opinion,
Right?
the CP3 trade? Now that you slept on it, you've had a week on it. Yes, let's just dig right on in. I feel like getting there. Let's just go for the jugular immediately.
I thought we was gonna
How you
talk about
feeling?
a whole. You went right to CP3. All right, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
Let's roll.
How you feeling about that?
Oh, you
that
want me to go ahead and
trade?
answer right now? All right. So
yeah. How you feel about the trade?
here's my thing.
Okay.
I'm fine. I was fine with the Warriors moving off of Jordan Poole. I was fine with that. Like, that didn't bother me at all. I knew it was something that probably needed to be done. I'm cool. The CP3 thing in return for Jordan Poole, that really bothered me. I was like, what is Dunleavy doing? And listening to the logic with Draymond, I was listening to Draymond on Paul George's podcast, and what stuff Steph's been saying about it. He brings a different dynamic, something they don't really do normally. Okay, cool. I still don't fuck with CP3. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to. I've noticed a lot of Dub Nation, we've been like, they started embracing it. Like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. Fuck that. Like, I'm CP3.
Why are you feeling that way? Yeah. What's the deep hate for him?
And let me rephrase. It's not even that I hate CP3. It's we've just been going at it for so long. Like, Steph versus CP3 has been a thing for so long now. And to see that come over and try to embrace that's gonna take time, man. Like, people are like, well, what'd you do when the Niners signed Sherman?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was about to go there with that.
It took a minute for me to be like, but it was a need. I felt like we needed something like that at the time. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We on board. Let's roll. Right. This I didn't understand. We got rid of a young player to bring in an older, smaller, player. And I was like, I'm not seeing where this is gonna really improve. One thing I did like, Draymond mentioned in the show, he talked about CP3 possibly being able to unlock Kuminga.
Yeah.
If he can do that and Kuminga can take that next step, it's
Yeah.
worth it. It's worth it.
Right.
But overall, Dub Nation, embrace CP3 all you want. I say do it. It's gonna happen. At some point, I will get there. However, right now, it's still fuck CP3. And it's respectfully fuck CP3.
Right. Right.
Great player, Hall of Famer. He's definitely one of the greatest point guards of all time. I just didn't see the fit and why we were doing it. But I'm gonna have to see what Steve Kerr and them do when the season comes, because I didn't understand the move personally.
Dang, that is kind of crazy that you feel that way. I can only laugh about it. First of all, shout out to We're the Messengers podcast, Mo and Mike out there. Them
Yo, what
boys
up?
been doing it for some years. Dope podcast right there. Them dudes, down to earth brothers, man. Salute to them for real, for real. Now getting back to this trade, I thought it was a joke at first, but then because you know how you see it on the timeline, and I'm like, wait, Chris Paul, wait to the Warriors. I was like, I don't understand. And then when I saw who it was for, I was like, Jordan Poole? Okay, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's like, that's the route y'all wanted to go? Y'all wanted to go older, seasoned vet, experienced in losing versus somebody who's younger and has won. And the only thing that he may have to do is mature a little.
I mean,
That was my biggest thing in it.
Yeah. And there's other aspects to why I feel like this move was made. Financially, obviously, you get from underneath the Poole contract earlier. You know, you get out of the CP3 deal. I think he can get out at the end of this year, or there's no more guaranteed money after this year. So if they can get, free up some money because, we got the new CBA coming into play, that might make a difference of what happens and what Lakeup wants to do as far as, this luxury tax thing is real. Like, so, hey, I'm going to take care of Draymond. I got the CP3 deal. I don't have to worry about Jordan Poole's 4 more years after this. So that might have played a role into it also. But in the end, it's kind of like I was telling you guys before. Steph's still around. So they feel like, hey, let's run it. If we're going to go for it, it doesn't matter if we got the youth on our side. They pretty much moved out all young pieces except for Kuminga. And a lot of Dub Nation is really... They fuck with Jordan Poole heavy. I fuck with Jordan Poole heavy. But for Jordan Poole, I'm happy for him personally because now he can go get a fresh start in Washington.
Yeah.
He's going to be the guy. I don't care if they re-sign Kyle Kuzma or not. That's going to be Jordan Poole's team. Kuzma's cool. Jordan Poole going to get all the buckets he want to get. He going to have the ball. It's going to be turnover city in Washington, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. That's one element I think we'll miss in Dub Nation is when Jordan Poole's coming down the court, it's an exciting moment because it can go really, really good or it can go really, really bad. So we're going to miss that. But we talked about this throughout the season. Rod, the punch changed everything. It changed the building blocks for Dub Nation, like trying to mesh the old with the young. It changed it all. And it affected the season. We saw what happened in the regular season. The Warriors weren't the Warriors. We were the worst road record in the NBA. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? That's not us. So clearly, Joe Lacob, Dunleavy, Steve Kerr decided they had to ask the question, can we win a championship with Jordan Poole or can we win a championship right now with Draymond Green? Because we can't win it with both of them on the team anymore. Like, it looks like that can't be done, so we got to make an option. They chose Draymond Green, so Jordan Poole had to go. I wish we would have got something better back in the return, but I understand it. So,
do you think Draymond had anything to seriously do with it behind closed doors?
I don't. Yes and no. I'll say it this way. I felt like the Draymond deal was done once Jordan Poole got traded. So leading into free agency, everybody was like, well, what's Draymond going to do? Once Jordan Poole was traded, I already knew it was a done deal. I was like, they got Draymond locked up. He had to, like, I don't want to say he signed off on it, but the leader of the team, Steph, made sure, hey, this is what needed to be done. And if Steph was cool with it, I was going to be cool with it. So he might have played like a little bit of a role, but it gave them the ammo. Like, hey, if we do this, are you taking this amount of money for this amount of years on a deal? And they, even though it's illegal, tampering, I guess, internally, but they had an agreement.
Right.
They had to. There would have been no way to do that and take the risk. So we're going to find out, man. We're going to find out how it all plays out, but good luck for Jordan Poole. I got one of the homies is in DC. He's really excited. He's low-key been roasting me for a minute. Another thing I hated about that trade. See, I don't want to go all crazy. This is why I don't fuck with Duke players. Like, the only Duke players I really fuck with was Grant Hill. Like, other than that, fuck Duke. Marcus, you my guy and all, but fuck Duke. So, we didn't just trade Jordan Poole. Right. We gave up, a first? Really, we gave up 2 firsts because we gave up PBJ. So we gave up 2 firsts, 2 seconds for CP3. Like, and we acquired a second later that we turned into Davis. So, okay, we got CP3 in a second round pick back, but we gave up a lot just to get from underneath Jordan Poole's contract and Jordan Poole as let me not say a player, but as a distraction for the Warriors. So for us to give that up, that shit didn't sit right with me. I don't know what Dunleavy's plan is long term, but he's gonna have to figure something out because you ain't off to a great start, my guy. So I'm gonna give you a shot, but I don't with Duke players, man. Like I don't. I don't, yo, and this is exactly why.
You think that Jordan Poole really said that about Draymond, that he was getting more bras than he was?
No, see, okay, that's another thing, right? Look, I enjoy the Is What It Is podcast. I think motherfucking Mace and Cameron, I think they're hilarious.
Beyond hilarious.
Look, some of these news outlets or some of these Twitter reporters are out here. Stop using that as actual news that's being reported. Like, Cameron don't got inside sources. Like, he don't. All right, I fucks with that show. But look, Cameron don't got inside sources. So the one thing I thought was funny that I really heard was what he said. Why is your name Money Green when you broke? I was like, now that would have been hilarious. Had that really been said, that would have been funny as hell. Like, that would have been funny as hell. But I really highly doubt that was said. Shout out to It Is What It Is. That's a great name for a podcast. Man. I think that would have been a great name. Yeah, I know. But no, man, like, people got to stop running with those reports, man. I don't think none of that was said, but it makes for great entertainment on Twitter for what we have of it.
I'm gonna keep it a buck to y'all out there. Y'all don't know. Y'all can go back to when I was on the other shows beforehand. I was saying it is what it is well before that was even a show, before they even talked about having a podcast. So that was something I had brought into it, as a thought, as a show name. But I guess the powers that be got it before we did. So it's all good. Wow. So now that y'all kept Kuminga, not that y'all have kept him, will y'all keep Kuminga the entire year?
Yes. I think Jonathan Kuminga is a piece that they're gonna keep around. I think if he was gonna be dealt, he would have already been dealt. Like, there would have been no reason to keep him any further than what they had. I really believe, like, the way they're talking, they're really hoping CP3 unlocks something with him. And they're looking at the example what CP3 did with Ayton, how Ayton wasn't really doing much in Phoenix until CP3 got there. So they're looking at that, hoping he can unlock something with Kuminga, and hopefully, he'll take that next step as far as the next level. I caution a lot of us Warrior fans is to don't. Kuminga is really talented and he really has a chance to be really good. But again, I've said this. I said this all last season. This is what angers a lot of the Jordan Poole fans that have talked shit to me back and forth. I told y'all the next guy isn't on the roster. I
You
told y'all
said
that
that.
last season. I'm
You
telling y'all
said
that
that.
still. Yeah. The next guy isn't on the roster. I don't even know if he's in high school yet. I don't know. But currently, Kuminga can be a really talented player. He could be a good number 2, a really good number 2, or a great number 3, but he's not going to be that guy. So Dub Nation, just set your expectations right. He has a chance to be really good and really helpful. And if he takes the next step, he is going to help improve everything. The bench, the rotation. If he starts rebounding and starts taking his offensive game seriously, which it looks like he's definitely putting in the work. I'll give him that. If CP3 unlocks it, man, that could be a whole new ball game for him. So we'll definitely find that out.
I think also you got to look at Moody, and I think he takes that next role in. This is the opportunity to make or break which way they're gonna go with Clay, because now Moody steps in. We just saw what he did in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he had to guard LeBron and all the rest of the cats and stuff like that. But he played a major key role, you know what I'm saying, in y'all rotation as well. So I feel like he's got to step in there and go to that next level that Poole was supposed to, I feel like, go to. You know what I'm saying, for y'all.
Right.
He's that piece that I'm really wondering about. My opinion, I could be wrong, but I feel like Kuminga, given the right opportunity, Kuminga could be a star. You know what I'm saying? But I think having him come in behind Draymond, or hell, even what's Wildhead?
Wiggins?
Who's gone most of Wiggins, thank you.
Wiggins, or
Him or
Wildhead.
Wiggins. Yeah, you see, it's crazy you knew who I was talking about, though. See?
I knew that's fair. That's fair. I knew which one you were talking about, so that's fair.
right. Danielle, what up, girl? I just feel like Kuminga has that it factor that I see in his game. It's just everything looks effortless to him. You know what I'm saying? His jumping, easy. I mean, here's a name. I'm not saying he jumps just like him, but he reminds me of Stromile Swift. Like, he has that type of
Swift.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Throw it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
He has that type of bounce in my way, that I've seen somewhat
That's
in
fair.
him, but he's got a better jump shot. He's got that McDice type jump shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the
That's a good
mixture of
comp.
those two. Yeah,
That's
the
a good
mixture of
comp.
those two in between, I see that in Kuminga, that he could be a star. You know what I'm saying? But
If he could be McDice, I mean, that's a win in itself. If he could just be McDice, obviously he's gonna have to improve that rebounding. But if he becomes
Right.
McDice, I think he's more athletic than McDice. McDice was a beast. Like, he was very athletic. I think he can do more than McDice. But if he became that, I think that's a win-win for Dub Nation. So that would be nice. Look, can I address this rumor thing real quick? Look, again, we
I
gotta
didn't even
watch
hear
the
about this.
sources. Like, Kuminga is not 7'2". I don't care what Kendrick Perkins talking about. He got it from It Is What It Is podcast. Cameron is not breaking news. Like, Kuminga is not 7'2". We literally just saw them play in May. Literally. And
Right.
it's only been 2 months. He was
Right.
6'9" then. He ain't shot up 3 inches in 2 months. If he did, that is really amazing. And I'm not saying he ain't got an inch taller. Maybe he's 6'10" now.
Right.
I don't know. I ain't seen the kid, but he damn sure ain't 7'2". Like,
right. Pterodon, what's up, OG?
Yeah, if he was 7'2", we would know he was really 7'2". They would be having him out there like, yo, this kid is ready. Like, he ain't turned up to be 7'2" yet. So I thought that shit was hilarious. People were really running with that too. I was like, when Kendrick Perkins was on ESPN talking about, I heard he's 7'2" now. I was like, we just watched him play. Like, it ain't been a month and a half. Growth spurts don't work like that. Like, cool, you get taller over the summer, about 3-4 months, come back to school. Yes.
Yeah.
He just played. Like, man, it was funny though.
And I'll speak on growth spurts. No lie. From my going from my junior year into my senior year, I went from 5'9" to 6'2" over the summer. So I know all about growth spurts and going to sleep and your knees hurting and all that type of stuff. Like,
Right.
to walk in and to step in like that, I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I did it. And it felt
well,
weird.
you can speak better than I can because I'm still waiting for mine. I've been 5'8" for the longest. So I'm still waiting for my growth spurt. Like, I'm waiting for it. So, you know, that's the best I can give you. Like, it ain't work for me. So, you know, if I can hit that growth spurt, you know, that'd be great. But it ain't happening for your boy. So, you know, you can speak better than me on that one. So,
hey, that's a good one. I've seen it happen. Anthony Davis. Remember how he was a point guard?
That's true.
Like that.
Great. But guess what? It didn't happen in a month. Like, you ain't growing three. Do you remember that episode on the Cosby Show? No, this gonna take it back. Cosby Show.
Yeah.
They tricked Bill Cosby with Raven Simone. They put like tissue paper in her shoe, like she grew an inch in like a day. No, I don't care how much milk he drinking. He ain't growing that. He ain't growing three inches in a month and a half. Like, it ain't happening. Like, but hey, you know, I wish he was 7'2". I really do. I really do. Like, I really, really do. Kaminga's my guy, but he ain't got that tall yet. So
that's hilarious, though. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know nothing about that at all. I didn't hear nothing about that. That's really wild to me.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. All right, let's move this on. Lakers. Got to talk about my boys. I love the moves that we made so far.
Tell us how you really feel. Don't be all modest and shit. Tell us what you was really talking, Rod. Like, tell us what you said in the chat.
I told you.
Shout out to Gordon Gartrell. Terra don't know.
Yeah, for real. I told Cats I told us in our group chat. I said, as long as we sign Reeves, I was straight. Lo and behold, we signed Reeves. Everything. Now, I'll be honest. The only wild card that I was wondering about was D'Angelo, because I didn't know which way we was gonna go, because we signed what's the old boy from Miami?
Damn, the point guard.
Yeah.
Shit, I literally just had to here. Let me keep talking. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, be him. So we ended up getting him or whatever. And so I was thinking in my head, okay, if we getting him, then I don't know which way they're gonna go with D'Angelo, or are we gonna get Schroeder back? And I was like, if we get Dennis Schroeder back, okay, that's different. We just got more speed. So now looking at it and how they played it, Gabe Vincent, thank you. Having Gabe there, and he signed for 3 years, 33 mil, I think, as well. We only got D'Angelo for 2 years. And I think the second year we can get off of him. We can get him off the books. So it's kind of like he's only playing for 1 year. So Rob kind of finessed everybody's contract to run in a way that we can get out of a bunch of these contracts. Hell, next year, LeBron and AD, they pretty much, they can dip
be off the books,
be on their way. Yeah. So it's
I feel like somebody's ready to move off of those two. I ain't saying no names on this show right now, but
I will speak for myself, and I would love for Anthony Davis to be gone. Yes, I've said this. I stand on this. I've said he is a complimentary star. I will continue to say Anthony Davis. Matter of fact, it's funny you say this, and if Mike is still in here right now, Mike can say this, because We're the Messengers podcast. Mike talks about this, and he was the first person that started bringing up Anthony Davis long time ago. And he was like, yo, I don't know what you see in Anthony Davis, but he is what he is. And I'm like, nah, bro, we just did this. Matter of fact, I think it was like right after the bubble. And I'm going into the next season like, yeah, Anthony Davis about to take over the league. And he was like, nah, What you see is what you get. And I was like, man, please, boy, like, he
Yeah.
about to tear the league apart. He was like, keep watching him. Keep watching him. He was like,
Okay.
bruh, if you watch how the man plays, he is the most inconsistent like star. He has all the potential. Like he broke it down to me. I really started watching Anthony Davis after that, and I was like, man, hold up, bro. Like this can't be. And I really started watching him, and I was like, this man got all the talent. Starting of the year, start the year off last season. He was putting up. Remember, Darvin Ham was calling him Wilt Chamberlain and all this kind of bull because he was putting up them crazy numbers.
Crazy
And
numbers,
I was
right?
like, yeah. And I was like, this is crazy. This man said he ain't touched a basketball until April.
April.
Can
Yeah,
walk
yeah, yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm putting all this together and I'm thinking to myself, this man ain't did nothing all off season, but could walk in and just put up numbers like this. That's just crazy talent. That's just, he doesn't know what he has truly, like that gift, but doesn't know how to execute it each and every night. Like Anthony Davis has all the talent to be the best player in the league, hands down. If he had the same mindset as Giannis or something, you it'd
I
be
mean,
no, that'd be scary
you
to
you
guard
you
Anthony
can't you
Davis.
can't deny it. I mean, it's like just like you said, man. He don't ever really put it together on a consistent basis. Uh, it feels like this is on the outsider's point of view, like
Right.
like it's he don't love it like that. Like he's just one of those players they talk about that is just really good at basketball, but he don't
Yep.
love it. He don't have the passion to be like, I'm gonna just be, I'm gonna roll out of bed and give you 20 and 10 easy. That's what I do. I ain't gonna
Easy.
really work at it. So if he had that kind of passion about it, I think you're right. I think he'd be right there with Giannis, Joker, one of the best players in the league. He already in the argument for top 5 when he don't care. So imagine if he
The
did. So
the worst thing I feel like was that bubble ring for him.
mhm.
Because I feel like he sits on that now. The next year after that, he gets married. I think a little bit after that, his second child comes into it. So I feel like he's set in everything that he's done. On top of that,
Right.
he's in LA. So it's like, oh man, what can you say to me now? I've
Yeah.
won, like he says in his press conferences. While he'll own up to his ways, and I get all that. We tired of hearing the excuses, but then I hate hearing it don't matter what the fans think. I'm gonna still do me, and I don't care. And I'm like, that's the part that frustrates me because I know that's that soft, that's that soft tendency that you feel when you. I'm not tripping off of what y'all feel and how y'all feel. You should never say that to me because now I
Yeah.
feel it comes off as bitch assness as a way, Diddy used to say that. You know
Did
what I'm
he? Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it just comes off as bitch assness. Like you can't be
Take
soft
that. Take
about
that.
that in that way. Yeah, yeah, for real. You can't just be that way. So it's like, come on, bro. Either you're gonna be the dog that you can be, or you just not. And I feel like honestly, he's just not. And that's the part last year just showed me he's just not. Like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no need of me getting excited or hyped about this and all that. And then there have been certain games Anthony Davis will sucker me right back in, and he's top 5. Like it's 3 games where I'm just like, if he rides like this the rest of the year, you can book us for being in the
Book. Yeah,
finals.
yeah, yeah.
And
Lock it
then
in.
he wet the bed. It happens every time. So it is what it is with him. We know what we have.
Okay. He's a elite level number 2 person, number 2 player. So what the Lakers, I'm assuming, was hoping was going to happen, that eventually by now he was going to be the alpha on the team and LeBron could fade his into being the number 2 guy. And it still seems like it's LeBron, AD, and the rest of the cast. Now it looks like, your offseason, you've improved the rest of your cast.
Right.
Dan made a little joke in the chat earlier. I thought it was kind of funny, like if things don't go right, this roster might get shipped out by the All-Star break. I don't know, but I do like, I'm a Laker hater, so me giving y'all props is going to be rare. I think y'all made a lot of really good, solid moves, and you have a solid team. But what I want you to stand on right now is the part in the chat where you said, and I quote, "You guys are the second best team in the Western
Conference
Conference right
that.
now."
I stand on that.
Okay.
I absolutely stand on that.
Okay.
I'll say it for this reasons.
Uh-huh.
Our backup center now, the dude we got from New Orleans, he actually brings
Jackson Hayes. Yeah.
Thank you, Jackson Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that Jackson Hayes move helps Anthony Davis now that he doesn't have to truly just play center now. I feel like now he can play that role of playing as he can basically prowl, if that makes sense, around on the defensive part. Then I look at when we went and got Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, I think just certain opportunities, I'm kind of with you. Duke player. I'm still there with that. I'm still with you.
Yeah.
He's a Duke player. Yeah. So that does ring in my head too. And it's like it's so much promise there. I just feel like I think he was at Portland, I think, last year. I think that he's the guy that can help us out in a bunch of ways coming off the bench and understanding his role this year. That, hey, coming off the bench and doing what you need to do, trust me, it's not going to what up? It's not going to mess us up that bad. So I just feel like the moves that we made so far, I'm liking them. I'm really liking them. Honestly,
y'all brought Reeves back. You brought Russell back. Taurean Prince is a good pickup. I like Taurean Prince pickup for you guys.
Yep.
But look, here's the thing, right? You mentioned Cam Reddish, right? Somebody tweeted out from one of the podcasts. Cam Reddish has been getting opportunities based off of what he did in high school. He's still getting opportunities. At what point do we just say he ain't gonna be that guy? Like he's barely an NBA player. Like he's been on what? This is like his fourth or fifth team already. I mean, he's only 22, 23 years old. But damn, Cam Reddish, he a lottery pick, and we're still waiting, man. Like when I don't want you to get too hype as a Laker fan, and then it just end up being, maybe he's Lonnie Walker. I don't know. That might work for y'all too. But don't get too hype on Cam yet because he ain't proven anything yet.
True. But one guy that did prove something in the playoffs, Rui Hachimura. Like
Rui. That's a good return right there.
Yes, he was a big, huge return. Like that kid stepped up. And I feel like being in this, for the whole season, oh yeah, I really feel like he's about to truly help us out because now he gets to open up, and I feel like he can be the feature. He could be a 6-man easily off the bench. He could be the best 6-man coming in the league this year. That's just my opinion. I feel like what they may quote unquote unlock with Reeves or whatever coming into that, they want to somewhat push him into that point guard role. I could see that happening. I kind of saw that happening last year. It's just the way that he carries himself. I remember when he first walked up into the league and he was, calling himself the hillbilly Kobe, and people I laughed at him. I'm like, who is this? You know what I'm saying?
You should be laughing at him. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's Kobe. I'm not even about to think that.
Okay, because I was getting concerned. I was like, where are we going? Okay.
He's better than Alex Caruso. And I loved Alex Caruso.
I could debate that. I mean, I need to see more. He has potential to be better than Alex Caruso. Has he proven it yet? Debatable, but I see what you're saying. But I like what Terradome asking you. You said they're the second best team in the West. Who are they better than? Like, what are your top 3 or 4 teams in the Western Conference right now? Because you said LA is number 2. Who's number 1?
Denver.
Defending champions, respect.
I mean, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so That's off rip. We lost 4 games straight to them. Us number 2 because we have the same guys. Reason why I'm saying this is because after the All-Star break, who had the best record in the league? We did.
That's
How did we
fair.
do this? So this is why I feel like re-signing the same guys that we did, the core players that we was looking at, we got those core players back. So my feeling is, why can't this continue to roll on? Yes, I understand we did get swept by Denver. Keyword, swept by Denver. But we're not playing Denver every single night. And
Fair.
that's
Fair.
we also have other defensive minded players on the team. The Torian Princes. We got Vanderbilt back and stuff like that. So Rui coming back in. Our bench, I feel like, is even better than it was last year. We lost Schroeder. Okay, we got the rookie in. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hood, the kid from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's a good pickup. I just feel like we made a lot of key moves and we touched up on a lot of stuff. And we still may get back Mo Bamba, maybe. I
Y'all
feel like
not
we need
getting
to
Mo
go get
Bamba back.
Dwight. We need to go get Dwight Howard. That's just my opinion. But
I mean, if you got the money, that'd be a good little signing. But let's not forget, LeBron's a year older now. He's going into season 21 now.
correct.
At some point, LeBron can't carry the load anymore. And
True.
is it gonna be he just falls off a cliff and it just? And I said when LeBron falls, let me explain this because people are gonna run with that clip and start roasting me. When LeBron falls off the cliff, he ain't gonna fall off the cliff giving you 8-9 points a game. I'm saying 20 points a game. Like he might only play 50 games, so, something like that. He gonna still be able to do what he does. But does that happen? And is the AD we just talked about, capable with the rest of the team, making them the second best team in the West? When you have Phoenix, I still think Phoenix and Denver are the top 2 teams in the West, in my opinion. Like, I like what the Phoenix Suns have done in the offseason. Like, as far as getting their bench together, I thought they signed a lot of good guys for vet minimums, and I like what they're doing. You said what?
Who are they getting on their bench? Who are they getting on their bench?
Well, they re-signed my boy Damian Lee, because first off, had they played Damian Lee more in the playoffs, we might not even be talking about Denver right now as a world champion. But I digress. They added old boy from Brooklyn. What's his name? Watanabe. He's gonna be solid. He's gonna get them nice solid minutes playing the 3 and 4. He's gonna stretch that floor out for them. And then they got their big. I'm not gonna call Cameron Payne a big 5. They got their 4 elite players. I'm not the biggest Cameron Payne fan, so they can move off that dude off as far as I'm concerned. But with Bill, Durant, Book, it seems like they're staying on Aiden. They're gonna keep Aiden. They're gonna have a full season. They're gonna have camp. We're gonna see what they can do. This is KD's time. Like, KD's gonna have to prove a point, because if he don't get it done with this, there's gonna have to be conversations. And I like KD. I respect KD. So, what up, Nitro? Nitro, that's my guy right there. What up, Nitro?
Nitro,
make sure y'all
up,
check out my boy Nitro's sneaker channel. He do sneakers too, man. So
shout out to Nitro.
I'm telling you, man, like the only thing about Phoenix I'm unsure of is their head coach. And I think Rod would be able to speak on that a little bit better than I could, because seeing as he was a former.
He's a winner.
I mean, is he a winner? I mean, he won a ring with the Lakers, so I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Like, is he gonna be able to, is Vogel gonna be able to get it done in Phoenix?
It's not Vogel who has to put the ball in the hole. That's the thing. Like, coaches are there just to motivate. Like, the X's and O's and all that bullshit. Like, that's the part that's the stuff that be bothering me. Like, I hate hearing that. Like, is he the one that's gonna get it done? It's like, no, motherfucker. The players got to get it done. Like,
all right.
Bradley Beal gotta hold. He gotta do something now. Like, now you're in the position. You talking all this about, oh, now don't have to worry about, double teams anymore and stuff like that. That sound good. My thing is, you still got to put the ball in the hole. Now your situation becomes totally different. You're not in Washington anymore. You're now in in a city where things are changing. I just put it that way. Obviously, you started from the top with new ownership. Uh, they got money out of there. Um, the whole nine. So it's like coaches. Sometimes coaches plays favorites and holds back potential of young players. Absolutely. Um,
Shout out to
Monty
Steve Kerr.
Williams. Right. Shout out to Monty Williams too. He held back. What's his name? They ended up going to the
Mikal Bridges.
Nets. Thank you,
Mikal Bridges. Yeah.
Mikal Bridges was there the entire time, and you see what he doing. He even did that even in the playoffs. So it's not like he was just doing this and we got to the playoffs. It was like he fell off the cliff. Nah, he still was doing it even in the playoffs. So I just feel like I did not see this out of Mikal Bridges at all.
I
That
don't
somebody
think any of us did. That's a question I gotta ask also. So is that the coach's fault? Is it the GM's fault? Like, who did not notice that we had this that we could unlock and we didn't even need Kevin Durant? Because a lot of it has to do with opportunity, right? Because
Right.
he's already there with D Book, CP3's there, Aiton's the number one pick. Was he really given the real opportunity to be like, yo, give me the rock? Like, he obviously
Nope.
wasn't gonna get it over Book. Book's a top 10 player in the
Right.
league right now. So
Right.
he wasn't gonna take shots away from Book. CP3, did he not know? I mean, did they just not know? Like, was this a miss on Phoenix's part? Because obviously he's pretty much he's a younger Kevin Durant, and I say this in an aspect of he's getting buckets as if he was Kevin Durant in Brooklyn. He's not
With
Kevin Durant
ease.
level talent. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right.
He
Right. I
already
get what
was an
you're
elite
saying.
defender. He was an all defensive player in the NBA, like what, 2 seasons ago? So
Right.
he's already an elite level defender. Now he's giving you buckets. Brooklyn found them something, and he's young.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
found them something with that. So
Yeah.
even Dame talks about that's one of the places Dame wants to go play with in Brooklyn because he knows something. So was that Monty's fault? Was that the other coaches? Did somebody not pay attention enough to know, hey, we got something here in Phoenix. We might want to just roll with this kid. But
That's a good
hey, names
question.
are names, man. It's Kevin Durant, right? You know who he is. It's Kevin Durant.
You
So
know who is. Yeah.
you know who
And
he is. He's Kevin
and
Durant.
Durant is
So
and Kevin Durant actually now for this generation, I would say he's my favorite player. I love watching Kevin. To watch him shoot is effortless. To watch him put the ball
yeah,
in the hole is effortless. Like his game
he's
is
a,
effortless. His
he's an
defense
easy
is
bucket.
sketchy. Yeah, his defense is
Yeah.
sketchy because of his size and pause. So it's just like it is what it is as far as that. Now, when you look at going back to your question though, I
Mhm.
got Phoenix number number 3 because Durant doesn't play defense. Booker
Mhm.
on defense as well. I don't believe in Cameron Payne. I don't believe in Aiton. So it's like that's the that I have, when I look at them, all ultimately when it comes to defense and everything like that, like y'all
That's fair.
still defensively, y'all get a bucket, but y'all gonna give up 3 or 4 buckets before y'all get another bucket. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Y'all
right.
not y'all rather trade buckets. So, and then who's y'all point guards? If Cameron Payne now is starting, oh, that's it. I'm not scared
That
of him.
that is a good question. That's what we got to get Sons Geek back on. Like,
Yeah,
we got to link up with Sons Geek and ask him who is going to orchestrate this offense. Are they
yeah,
gonna rely on Kevin Durant to facilitate? Because he can, but that's not the best. You don't want to just take away easy buckets from him doing that. I don't know if Book can do it, and I'm not saying he can't, but
right,
I have yet to see him really facilitate a team like that. He hasn't had to since CP3's been there.
right.
So you're right, and I don't even know if Bradley Beal can do it. Honestly, I mean Bradley Beal been stuck in DC for the last 5, 6, 7 years. I ain't really see him facilitate anything out there, and I mean, let's be real, the Wizards ain't really been on TV like that. So I'm gonna have to ask the homie, but
And tell me,
that's
anytime
that's
has
gonna be
he
a
ever
question,
played
man.
defense? Yeah.
True,
Have you
like
have you ever seen Bradley Beal play defense? That's why I'm
I,
like, it's gonna be firepower offensively,
they gonna
absolutely.
get buckets,
But
no
are
doubt.
y'all exactly? But are you gonna guard somebody? It's only one basketball, and they're all 3 of them are what is it? They're isolation players, except for Durant. because Durant can play with other players. Like, I
Other
mean, he's
players, right,
proven it
right,
with
right.
2 rings. You know what I'm saying? But can Booker truly? Yes, he can go get his shot, but I gotta create it. I gotta create it. You know what I'm saying? Can he come
Right.
off the dribble, catch it, shoot? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember Booker being that type of player. Durant, yes, he can do that. Can Bradley Beal be that type of player? I've only seen him be individual.
That's the thing that I'm gonna be interested to see this coming season. I'm gonna watch a lot of
Yeah,
Phoenix games, no doubt.
yeah,
Is they're all ball dominant players. Again, outside of Kevin Durant, they're ball dominant players. And who's gonna create for the other player? Like
right.
the funny thing is, the perfect player for them to be on that team with them right now would be Chris Paul. I mean, honestly, it would be the perfect fit for him, but obviously they got rid of him to get Bradley Bill. So
Right.
CP3, Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, I don't I'm gonna get started again. I like what they have. I just don't know if it's going to work. But on
Yeah.
paper, I think they have to be considered a threat.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they
Yeah,
have to be
threat.
considered a threat. So
Absolutely.
and I say this mainly because of Book and KD. I like KD a lot. I think, like you said, we both appreciate KD. We know what he is. Book, long as Book don't start talking about he Kobe or he's embodying anything of Kobe, he'll be all right. So just don't do that. So
I'm
we're
with
gonna
you.
find out, man. We're gonna find out what Phoenix really is. Frank Vogel, I don't know about that, man. I'm not necessarily saying they should have got rid of Monty Williams, but something was going on out there where him and Aiden were really not
That was
working
real
out.
beef. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
They just
real. It was almost personal. Like it was real beef.
yeah.
And maybe Vogel finds something in Aiden that Monty just couldn't get out of him, and they got something there. So I don't know. What Terry Dome said, he's 22-4 last year for the last 2 years. I mean, that's cool. Bradley Beal's a really solid player, but that's 22 and
Absolutely.
4 for the Wizards. Like for the Wizards, like that. I don't. Bradley Beal's a really solid player. I'm not going to down talk Bradley Beal. I think he's really solid. I know my one homeboy in DC thought he was really good. So,
I'm hearing the
we're gonna
Lou
see,
right
man.
now. I know he from St. Louis. I've been known about him since he was a
Yeah,
youngin. So I trust me. I've been to a couple of his high school games. I know all about him. Yes,
yeah.
and then some.
So we'll see, man. But some other teams I really like what they've done. I like what Milwaukee's doing.
Hmm.
Obviously they brought back their boy Middleton. They gave him a shitload of money for 3 years, but
He
I
opted
mean
out
he opted
first.
out. So I mean that was smart for
Smart
him. But
move. Yep.
I think Giannis. I'm excited to see what Giannis does this season, because the way he ended last season and the whole shit about the whole failure thing and learning from stuff. Giannis has always been different from this generation. Everybody in this generation is real friendly. Everybody came up in the AAU circuit and da 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 da. Giannis,
Right.
he's different, and
Way
not
different.
just as a player. He's just different mentally. Like he's like, look, all that. I believe Giannis is never going. I don't think he's ever going to go somewhere just to team up with somebody because I want to team up with somebody. If he goes somewhere, something really went wrong in Milwaukee.
I agree.
Giannis is going to prove something this year. Like, I think he thinks Embiid is not that dude in the East, and he's going to prove Embiid is not that dude in the East. I think a lot of the talk right now is Joker's the best player in the world, and I want to say Giannis is going to have something to say about that. Like, so I like what Milwaukee's doing. I mean, they did get bounced out about the Heat, but we'll see if the Heat pick up Dame or not. Personally, I don't think that would make a difference, but we'll find out. Milwaukee's been doing pretty well. Who have I? The Kings. The Kings are low-key making good moves as far as being a stronger overall organization as far as their bench. They let Me Too go. They're trying to do a little something. I don't know about the Harrison Barnes move. Like he got what 54 million for 3 years. I don't know about that. But I one team that I don't like, Dame is not going to LA. Like, unless he's going to the Clippers, and Laker fans gotta let that go. Like, y'all not getting
I've been
Dame.
let it go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been let it
y'all
go.
not getting Dame. But Dame to the Clippers would be really nice, honestly. Him and PG. I say that with Kawhi. Kawhi's done. Kawhi's cooked, and I say it really respectfully. Kawhi's cooked. I think the sooner the Clippers organization understands Kawhi's cooked, the sooner Kawhi understands he's cooked, he can just go ahead and let it go. Like, I want to say what he has like 1 or 2 years left on his deal. Kawhi,
He only 32.
He don't need a new deal after that.
He got bad knees.
Yeah, he's cooked. Like,
Knees,
and it's
Achilles.
sad, but yeah, he already don't want to play unless he's 100%. Bro, I don't think you ever gonna be 100% again. Like, so if that's the case, just hang him up. But Harrison Barnes got $54 million from Sacramento. Why? I don't know. I did think it was funny though that when they freed up money in Sacramento, the first thing everybody said was, "Oh, we about to sign Draymond Green." I laughed because again, they had already traded Jordan Poole. Draymond wasn't going anywhere. Right. Kings fans, they talked a lot. I got a lot of messages in my phone. "Oh, we about to get your boy. We about to get your boy." Then when they didn't get him, it was, "Oh, we didn't want Draymond anyway." Man, all that shit.
Of course. Right. Yeah.
You know
of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But here's one team. This is where me and you disagree, Rod. You like their offseason. I don't. The Houston Rockets. I don't like their offseason. Like, I don't like what they've done. I mean, Fred VanVleet, he getting $40 million a year.
He's a winner.
$40 million a year.
Harrison Barnes getting 54
over 3
he put
years.
Up better. He didn't put up better numbers. He didn't put up better numbers than Harrison Barnes has.
That's fine, but that ain't saying much. Like, true. They're paying him like top 10 player money. Like, he's not that guy. Like, he's not that guy. He should not be getting that kind of money, like, at all. And I get Houston needed to give up their money. 3 years, $130 million is double what Harrison Barnes is getting. And the thing that bothers me about it also, Rod, is that they just drafted Amon, to play. He's supposed to run the point. I don't know what that kid's going to do. Clearly, VanVleet, 3-year deal, not too bad. Oh, don't get me wrong. He's nice. He's not $40 million a year nice. There is a difference, all right? They gave Dylan Brooks $20 million a year.
Yeah, they cashing folks out.
This is where the CBA and the NBA like really lost it. We got to a point when they started capping players and calling people max players. Everybody started thinking they're max players or damn near max players. You're not. Everybody's not a max player. Fred is not a max player. He should not be getting $40 million a year. I don't care when, what era, ever. He's solid. He's good. He's good for the team as an organization as far as helping with the young players. But that's going to get all canceled out by $20 million a year you gave to your boy, Dylan Brooks. That is even worse. You're giving Dylan Brooks, I think he got, 4 years, $80 million or something silly like that. You have a young team in Houston. Clearly, them boys in Houston don't know what the fuck is going on because they've been doing some wild shit.
Dylan
wild. Brooks, I saw the video today and I'm disturbed. Yeah, I was like, whoa. What are they doing? Dylan, we saw what he was doing in Memphis. That is not the guy. That's not the vet I want coming in mentoring my young team. And I'm giving him $20 million too? Fuck that. No, Dylan Brooks, get out of here, my guy. I am afraid what he's going to do to them. Anything that Fred gives you, I think Dylan will cancel out. So unless you're paying Fred $40 million a year and you're getting the basketball player and the leadership and you think that's going to carry it, cool, I guess. But $40 million a year, no. Hell no. Hell no. Terradome, I respect his game. Don't get me wrong. But $40 million a season is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Like, no.
Houston did okay. But the team that I was really looking at that I'm like still like OKC. I feel like OKC next year is going to be a team because now you get the rookie. Well, he will. It'd be
Chet,
technically his second year, but you know what I mean. Chet, yeah, with Chet coming back in there, I just feel like he's gonna come back in next year. He'll be okay, and I'm like, hey, Giddy was nice. Then you still got what is it? Shay Gill.
Shea
So
Gillis,
it's like, yeah. So
Shea
they got
is
a nice
nice.
little, yeah, they got a nice
Yeah.
squad. And now they got Victor Oladipo, I think, back there again. So
I think he's just like they just gonna eat that contract so they can free up money next year. Honestly, OKC doesn't need to do a lot except
they
continue to
don't.
grow. Except to continue to
Yeah,
grow. Yeah.
yeah.
I think Shay's nice. Chet, we're gonna see what he can do. I really believe Chet's gonna be a solid player. They got my guy from Australia. What's the Australian
Giddy,
dude?
Giddy,
Josh Giddy is
Giddy is
nice.
nice. Yes,
He's
Giddy
really nice.
nice.
People be sleeping
They
on Josh
sleep
Giddy.
on
I like that kid a lot. So
Giddy nice.
OKC is gonna be a problem. Like they're gonna be a problem.
So I'm telling, I'm like, remember I said this.
OKC is gonna be a problem.
Remember I said
but
this.
look, somebody just sent me this link. This further backs up my point with Fred, right? I'm looking at players making $40 million a year, right? It looks like there's 15 players. I'm sorry, 16 players in the NBA making $40 million a season or more. And the lowest on that end is making in the new contract is making $40 million is Luka. Now, Luka, he's worth $40 million a season. And that's at the bottom end. So you telling me Fred VanVleet is on the same level as Luka? Hell no. No. Hell no. He's not. But then there are other players who, I mean, Zach LaVine, he ain't really 40, but I'm still taking Zach LaVine over Fred. I'm taking Trae Young over Fred. Anthony Davis is going to make $40.6 million. You're going to take 80 over Fred, right? I'm saying, like, Fred is not making $40 million a year. Oh, if it was 25 to 30, if it was 25 million, I can respect that. I can get with that. But he's not making 25 million. He's making $40 million a season. I get the bag, Fred. Get the bag, man. Shout out to the Rockets, dude. Get the bag, Fred. I'm gonna stop tripping off that. I'm counting somebody else's pocket, and I shouldn't be. Like,
and it's tax free.
In Texas, it is tax free. That is worse. I mean, not for Fred. Not for Fred, but damn, bro, getting paid.
He getting that money.
I hate that we got into that point in the NBA where players like this are getting checks like they're getting it, and I guess I'm low key hating. I'm sorry, my bad. I apologize. Good job, Fred. Great contract, my guy. Great contract. I just feel like
it off, man. Pause.
Houston had to spend the money, but they could have spread that money out over a couple players, man. Or who else is gonna give Fred VanVleet $40 million? I don't even think Toronto's gonna give him that much, but you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
What it is, bro.
It's
damn.
Yeah. But shoot, I gotta get ready to get out of here, man. Like,
what you do?
I gotta run real quick.
Good. We both do. So, hey, we appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, boss, for getting on. We talked what we got to talk. You know what I'm saying? Let off a little bit of steam tonight. It's been good, like we always do up in here. Hey, we appreciate everybody that's in here tonight. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thanks for tapping in
y'all
with
on
us.
The next show. All you guys that's on here tonight, we definitely appreciate y'all, man. I'll let y'all. Laters.
Yo.